Hey Daddy-O, it's January 1965 and we're going to do a classic shaving video to teach you morons how to do this right. If you don't like it, we're going to rumble. Welcome brothers to another shaving video. We're going to use classic vintage shaving equipment mostly for today. The brush is not, but it's still what would have been around in about 1965. That's what we're going to go with. I did not research the mug to see if it was a truly 1965 item or not. It's going to be the Shilton's Old Spice mug. In fact, let's just show you what I got going here. Everything's soaking in the seat. Well, let me just dump the water out here. We got a Badger brush, which would have been around. Shilton's mug, I think would have been around about 65, I'm going to guess. And of course, oops, dropping things. We just put that stuff back in the water. There you go. Tobacco, of course, been around since 59, so 65. It might have been all that old. And this razor is an E1, so I think that's, is that 59 first quarter? I think so. It would have been around, so it's in that 59-ish, one way or the other. It's in that ballpark. So yeah, that still would have been hanging around in 1965. Blue tip, Gillette, flare tip, the blue tip. I've also got the plain one that doesn't have any color on it. Still be searching for the red tip and the black tip. I'll kind of want those in the collection as well. So, I mean, I have not used this razor in over a year, but we're going to try it because I have not tried it with a Gillette Silver Blue blade. So I want to try it to see if that knocks up a notch. The basic tech razors from Gillette, the vintage ones, not my favorite just because they just aren't aggressive enough for me. If you're starting out, plenty aggressive for you, but for me, it's like I like to take more. This is more like middle of the road, average, good, basic workhorse. Will do the job. I just like it a little closer, so no, that's why I haven't been using it much. But hey, we picked up the blade here to see how that. I like the efficiency of the silver blue blades, so we'll see how that works today. So let's see. Let's go ahead and get things ready. Get my brush. 2 shakes and a squeeze. 1, 2, shake or squeeze rather. Let's load it up with some tobacco. You've seen this. Got it for Christmas. There we go. I scrolled it around 70 times. I'm going to get my Shilton's Old Spice shaving mug out of the water. I'm just leaving a little bit of water left. I'm just, well, that's too much. I'm going for like half a teaspoon. That's what I'm going for. I don't know if I can tip it too much, but looks like about a half a teaspoon-ish, maybe 3/4. Close enough. And we already know that this brush is a bit fat. I've done this before. You've seen it, but still works. Okay, that was 100 swirls clockwise. Now I'm going to start. Yeah, it still needs more building. Oh, I haven't had a hair fall out of this in a while. I've used this all week, basically. Really enjoying this brush. I mean, it was not horribly expensive price-wise, but dang, RazoRock. I'm very impressed with the density of the knot. And the width, I don't know. I mean, it splays out because it's a natural. They just kind of fan out, but the density is so nice. I really like that. Okay, that's plenty of soap on there. It looks, yeah, that looks better. See, after about 200 swirls, so 100 clockwise, 100 counterclockwise, kind of like it. Good enough. I mean, I could play with it and do another 100 or so and start building it up with amounts of leather, but I don't need to. That brush is so full now. I don't need twice as much volume of lather in there, so ain't going anymore. So what we're not going to do today is we're not going to use the pre-shave soap because in 65 probably really wasn't a thing. Not for the working class guy anyway. So I'm just getting it wet, warming it up. Close enough. Now we still are going to wash the face. We're going to wash the face with this soap. The pack has either a love it or hate it type of scent to it. I like it. My wife likes it, which is key. Oh man, this brush is just so soft. Yes, it's soaked for like 5 minutes or so before I used it. I put it in warm water, then I brushed my teeth and cleaned up my, washed my hair and, did all that. Put the, oh, sorry, phone's ringing. The answering machine's for. And yes, I still have a home phone. Imagine that. Doesn't get used a whole lot, but that's the number I like to share with people, for especially people who might be selling me something. There. So we washed our face with the shaving soap instead of the pre-shave soap. So you don't have to buy the pre-shave soap. I like it, I use it because I enjoy it, but you don't have to. You're starting out, save the money for now, because you're spending money on equipment and everything else, so it's expensive to start. Compared to usually you can get, I've gotten free multi-blades, you get the free razor, then of course they suck you in because you have to buy the expensive blades. Yeah, I've been down that rabbit hole, but we have a different rabbit hole, because you get into this and you enjoy it so much, but you buy stuff. That's probably 80 to 90% of what I have, but yeah, I'm actually not razors-wise. Razors-wise, I have more than double that in razors. All my vintage razors really are underneath, except for that one. My vintage 1959 Gillette Fat Boys right there. But other than that, all the rest are underneath the sink now, because the ones that I had out there have come off my rotation. This is my main rotation. But I still pull them out from under the sink to use them when I get in moods like today where I wanted to use vintage. Okay, so that's good. And warm up the razor. We're 8 minutes into this and I haven't even put blade to face yet. Here we go. All right. First pass with the grain. Of course, it takes about 2 swipes to really get the feel of it for what your angle should be. If you've done this a while, it's about all it takes. So of course, I just switch from a different razor, so if you're using the same one all the time, every day, weeks on end, then yeah, you just don't even have to think about it. You just already know what your angle is. But every time I switch a razor, it takes me about those 2 first initial strokes to get the angle right, just to know that I've got it right. Am I worried about that I get it exactly right there? No, because there's going to be a pass 2 and 3. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, helps us for getting under the nose with that moderately thick. Comes in the corner, okay. Yeah, I've got some up here, especially like closer to the center of the nose. It's some up top. I'm going to have to come sideways. It's just, yeah, it's not all that great. But, that's just on the first pass. For me, I try to be one pass under the nose every other day, and the other alternate days, and then I come in across it and do a second pass. And being Saturday, I don't normally do 2 passes, but it's just lacking there, and it's 2. I can just feel it goes here. So yeah, I am going to come to the second pass because I don't feel it's not an aggressive razor. It's not going to chafe me enough to worry about it on second pass today. That's my theory. And of course, the other brush that would have been around in 1965, a lot of guys would use boar hair brush. Not using this on camera because I got to work out using that again. It's been so long since I've done a boar brush that I'm just not good enough with it yet to want to do that on on camera. So we're gonna save that for just private use for now. I work out the kinks for my own personal technique, then I'll share that. So then I can pretend like I do that all the time. All right, I'm liking that. Plenty of soap in that brush. There we go, pass 2 across the grain. So they're light touch, 3 fingers, light touch. And the grip is easy. I mean, yeah, that's not a thick, I mean, of course, this is as old as this is. We'll say 1960-ish vintage. But still, it's not bad. And I say it's not bad. And of course, I've used my hands to put oil and crap in my hair too, all greasy. So, and it's still doing fine. Yes, I had to wash my hands 3 times before I shaved. It doesn't get rid of all of it. But it's still okay. I don't feel like I have to shift and reshift and keep shifting. How's that? Oh, it's not bad. Okay. That's pretty good. Coming across the side. But say, I don't feel like this is going to come out and bite me either. It's just a real gentle shaver. It's not going to bite you terribly. I mean, I say that, and yeah, watch me bleed now. And that's all I'm going to chase it without any more soap on there. Because tobacco is not the slickest soap. So I just don't want to chase it too much and then cause issues. That's why there's more soap. You need that slickness. It's more soap. Yeah, I'm going to get this corner of my lips there a little bit. I'm not going to do here, although I feel like I could. It's not that close. Normally I wouldn't do a third pass. We're just not that close today. After second pass, so yeah, I'm going to do a third there today. Changing my technique to adjust for my razor. Let's see here. Okay, third pass against the grain. There we go. Of course, I've got 50 plus stitches across there were a couple of accidents, but I'm not grabbing it. It's a mild razor. And in this shape, these can be had for less than 30, but more like $20. If you're paying over $30 for this on eBay, you're paying too much. Don't pay that much. At least not in this shape. I mean, yeah, there's paint chips in the blue and all that stuff too. Good workhorse everyday razor. It's not pristine and gorgeous. So yeah, it's a $20 razor all day long. Still functions very well. Wasn't this pretty when I got it? I did put it in an ultrasonic bath. right here. It's another thing too with a milder razor, when you come across where it goes from whiskers to nothing, and that's where you're going to chafe yourself and you're going to braid. But with a milder razor, it just doesn't bother you. You don't get that. So there is something to be said for a mild, very mild razor, and this to me is very mild. It's on the lighter side. I wouldn't call this medium at all. This is more mild. It's a gentle razor. It's gentler than an Edwin Jagger, I'll put it that way. And Edwin Jagger is my litmus test for all razors. But a good job, sufficient. I mean, I could be a little closer. I could go chase that if I wanted to. Get another fourth pass, across the grain a little bit. Saturday, I'm not going to do it. But you could. You could, and not get to fear chasing. I mean, my face, you know, there's no cuts, there's no nicks. I don't feel like I've got myself or any chafing going on. Don't feel that. Not as close to safe as I could get, and I get with some of my more aggressive razors, but that's the trade-off. What do you want? If you're starting out, yeah, go with this. By all means, absolutely go with this. It's more forgiving, which is nice. It's a forgiving razor, especially for a beginner. But somebody who's been shaving as long as I have to, I still get a kick of using the old Gillettes. I do. I gotta admit it. I do. Okay, we're gonna wipe off the face now. I'll go straight into that instead of cleaning my equipment, which I normally do off camera anyway, so I'll do that afterwards. Ran this under warm water, which wrung it out. Of course, it's January, so here in North Carolina, it's cool out. I can only say cool because I know you guys up north of the Mason-Dixon are going to say that ain't nothing. Okay, switch that over to cold. I just switched the sink over to cold. Give that a second. Oh yeah, it's coming out pretty cool. Nice and chilly. Now what I do, because it's wintertime now and the water out of the tap is colder, it actually gets to what feels nice and cool instead of just tepid. I'll go ahead and get my cloth wet instead. But when it's warm out in the summer, spring and summer, and it's just not as cold out tap, then I just go in and splash directly from the sink. So it doesn't lose anything and come to the cloth. Oh yeah, coolness. Coolness close the pores. Nice and slow, close the pores. Oh yeah. The coolness feels good too after a shave. I mean, especially if it's been a more aggressive shave, then the coolness really feels good. There, that is good. So, ooh, would they have Allen Block? I don't know if they would. I didn't research that part before this video. So, yeah, we're not going to use it today. I'm going to put it back. But they would have tobacco aftershave. So I close up the pores with just the cold water. So we're going to skip the Allen Block today just for grins. 7 splashes up to back. Well, a couple of stings. All right, here and there. All right. So yeah, feel the burn. Feel the burn. Yeah. Good. To back. I do enjoy that. It's a different scent. It's different. To me, it's almost like a neutral scent, really. I know people really so appalled by it, but I'm not. It is a classic scent. Classic scent in there. It's like some of the other products that I actually don't care for, but this one, yeah, I like this. I mean, it's not bad. It's favorite, no. But it's classic, and I like it. I like that part of it. So yeah. So I've enjoyed today's shave. Hope you have too. Hope you got a little chuckle out of the intro. Alrighty, guys. Till next time, go with God.